What's going on, guys? One, love out to everybody. We got UFC 302, Makhachev versus Poirier. Prediction breakdown here, guys. Over there in New Jersey. 12 fights in the card here. Pretty good card. Gonna jump to this real quick before I get started though. Hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe to this channel. Also check out my Patreon account for all my prop plays and face-off predictions, which I'm gonna add on there in a little while after the face-offs. And you can also donate to this channel to my PayPal account. Okay, just knock this out real quick here, guys. First fight here we have André Lima versus Mitch Raposo. I believe Mitch Raposo is a short notice. Lima is more of a striking base here, more of a kickboxing, touch and move. He didn't look too good against his last opponent though, man. If his last opponent didn't bite him, which he won by a bite, you know, the guy got disqualified. If Igor didn't do that, I believe Igor would have won the fight, because Igor was winning the fight. He was taking him down and just controlling the fight, you know. Even though Lima hit him with some shots here and there, but the output from Lima, I don't think it was enough. So yeah, from what I see from Lima, he has takedown defense. It just depends on who he's fighting. He can get takedowns. His striking is not bad. His opponent here, Mitch. Mitch was actually on the Tough 29 and also the Contender Series back in 2021. We'll look for takedowns. More of a wrestler here, but we'll also strike with you. Throw that 1-2 out the straight pocket. You know, hit you with a jab, follow up with straight. Depends on who he's fighting. He can be on the back foot. But you know, he will mix it up though. You know, he will mix up the striking, use the wrestling, the striking to mix up for the wrestling. But mostly will look to take you down. He has improved though from the Contender Series and the Tough. You know, hasn't really fought nobody really though, 4-2 guy. You know, but he doesn't look too bad. But I feel Lima should get the win here, man. But I'm not confident in this one at all, man. Because like I said, from what I see from Lima's last fight, depending on who he's fighting, you know, Lima, I feel like he could drop the ball. You know, especially if Mitch can get takedowns consistently, which like I said, Mitch doesn't look bad. You know, and in my opinion, I feel that you know, I feel Mitch could be a little bit more experienced here. You know, in a kind of way, you know, being at the Contender, you know, earlier in his career, 2021, and the Ultimate Fighter, you know, show there. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Lima here, man. I'm gonna say Lima by decision, but I'm not confident in this one. Like I said, Lima possibly could drop the ball. So next fight here, guys, we have Jocelyn Edwards versus Ailín Pérez Edwards is gonna have the 4-inch of reach. She has improved though, man. You know, the only thing here is that she's still hittable, but she's physically strong. We'll also push a wrestling game also. Look for takedowns. But she low volume though. Sometimes she doesn't do enough. She just kind of sits there, and she will also gas out. But she's gonna have the 4-inch of reach, which is massive in this fight. Her opponent here, Perez though, Perez will push more of a takedown, more grappling. So she close the distance, look for double leg. Her double legs are not bad. We'll mix it up with the striking. She throws a lot of volume, very aggressive, come forward. She will also gas out too, but it's a fight where, you know, based on the volume, the person that's going to come and fight, you know, it's going to push the pace. I feel it's going to be Perez. So I'm going to go with Perez for the win here. I'm going to say Perez by decision, but it's 50-50. Like I said, man, when it comes to women fights, even the guys too, most of the women, you know, they could drop the ball and go the other direction. So you just never know, man. They could, the girl, you know, like I said, with Ailín Pérez, you know, come in there, looks good for a little while, you know, first round, and then Jocelyn Edwards just take over because of probably her physical and athletic and athleticism, right? So I feel Edwards could be a little more athletic, you know, maybe possibly a little bit more physically stronger, but like I said, I go with Perez. It's a Perez decision, 50-50. Next fight here, guys, we got Mickey Gall versus Bassil Hafez. Mickey Gall here, man. I mean, we know what he wants. He wants the ground. He wants a submission. You know, that's just pretty much it. Striking has gotten better, but you know, his thing is more the takedowns and the BJJ black belt, right? Not as durable, not as active, man. So it's a guy that can get knocked out. He's not really active, you know. So yeah, his opponent here, Bassil fought Jack Dellamano, which he looked good against him for a short notice fight. Which Jack was I feel actually Bassil was a short notice, but Jack, it was a switch up, and Jack just took the fight. But Bassil was a short notice too. But Bassil didn't look bad, man. You know, his wrestling, his BJJ is not bad. His the way how he scrambles, he go for takedowns, he's physically strong. Look for submissions. His striking is kind of wild, but he's heavy hitter. He's pretty durable. Got the dog in him. His defense, takedown defense, is not bad, you know. And like I said, he will let his hands go, coming around with a lot of volume. You know, he push a high pace. Against Mickey Gall, Mickey Gall may try to take this guy down, but he may have a hard time. And I don't think Mickey Gall has been ever submitted before. Like I said, Mickey Gall main thing is his ground. You know, he wants a submission. Well, he has never been submitted though. I don't think Bassil has ever been submitted either or finished. But Gall has been knocked out, I believe, maybe like 3 times. Let me double check that to make sure. But it's a fight where even if it's standing up, I feel like Bassil, you know, he can hurt Gall, because Gall is known to get knocked out. He's not as durable. Alright, Gall here has lost 2 by knockout. Bassil's never been finished. Yeah. He has 1 by KO TQ though. So mostly all submissions and decision here. When Gall doesn't have anything by knockout. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Bassil. I'm gonna say Bassil is actually a short notice too. He's actually a short. Well, I mean, he's gonna be a hometown favorite. So you know, you could Mickey Gall, you know, submission game is not bad. But what I see from Bassil, man, his ground game, his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is, I mean, it's pretty good also. So I'm gonna say Bassil by KO TQ in our first round, but I'm not confident here, guys. You know, like I said, if the fight goes to decision, you never know. But what I see Bassil, you know, when he fought Jack, he gave Jack a hard time in that fight. I mean, he almost won the fight. You know, I think it went to a split. So yeah, I'm gonna go Bassil KO TQ first round, guys. I'm not confident. Next fight here, we have Fiorot versus Jake Matthews. Fiorot here is gonna have a massive 8-inch of reach, man. This guy has a massive frame on him. Also from New York too, so you gotta be careful. These guys are fighting, you know, from New York. The card is, you know, it's gonna be in New York. So go to judges, man. You never know, you know. So I mean, this guy here, Phil, is, you know, Will Smith, Fresh Prince, my bad. I mean, he's a skilled dude, but you know, he can throw a low volume though. So sometimes he won't do enough, especially when he gets tired, and he will gas out. And he will also drop the ball. But like I said, he's a good fighter though. You know, he's technical, he has the skills, but you know, he slows down, and he just doesn't do enough. Guy like Jake is super experienced and seen that already. You see a lot of guy like Phil. You know, Jake will keep up a good pace. Will mix it up. You know, yeah. And that's just I feel Jake is just more well-rounded. Well, I wouldn't say he's more well-rounded. Well, actually, yeah, in that kind of sense, because Jake will push for more to takedowns. Phil will more want to strike, but Phil will go for takedowns too and submissions too. But I think Jake will mix up a lot more, and I feel Jake is more of a veteran here, and you know, so like I said with Phil, he has a reach and everything, but man, he does slow down and tends not to do enough. I'm gonna go with Jake Matthews here for the win. I'm gonna say Jake Matthews by decision, but like I said, Phil is from, you know, he's from New York, so you know, so if it goes to judges, you know, you never know. Brooklyn, New York, but has a Jamaican background, I believe. So yeah, Joe Selecki. Dawson here, strong wrestling base, man. His ground game is just elite, you know, get takedowns, grinder, you know, rinse and repeat. You know, striking, it's there, but can be kind of suspect. He can get caught and hurt and knocked out. I believe he got knocked out by Bobby Green his last fight. He got caught. So he's hittable, but his ground game, his wrestling is pretty good. His opponent here, Joe Selecki, is pretty similar, has a wrestling base, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, will push a high pace, pressure forward. Doesn't want to engage with the striking though. So he's a guy that would just like throw one or two punches and just shoot for takedowns. Dawson will more engage with the striking. So Joe is just more, he uses boxing, the hands to set up a takedown. I'm liking Dawson here. I'm going to say Dawson by decision. I'm going to say Dawson 60% and Joe 40. Alright. Next fight here, guys, we have Jailton Almeida versus Alexander Romanov. And I believe Alexander Romanov is going to be a short notice too, I believe. Hold on there for a second here, guys. Yeah, it's going to be a short notice for Romanov. Jailton Almeida here, BJJ black belt, very explosive guy, very athletic, heavy-handed actually. And supposedly he has boxing, like that's what his main thing was, boxing first, and he got to BJJ. 4-inch of reach. This guy is super athletic, man, but what he did against Curtis Blades, kind of underestimated him, you know. He was getting the takedowns, but he kind of, you know, kind of like went for double leg and kind of leave his head there. You know, with heavyweights like this and experienced guys like Curtis Blades and other guys, you can't just leave your head and just double leg and just like think they're not going to hit you in the head with a hammer fist, or you know, it just happens, you know. So he got to be more like more, even though he's good, you know, with his takedowns, I mean, he can't just leave his head there or leave his neck there, you know. Just a bit more aware, you know, when he's going for those shots. And also, you know, not just so eager to go for takedown. You know, he has boxing, so you should mix up a little bit more. You know, kind of surprise the, you know, like surprise the guys with the takedowns. Use the boxing to set up the takedowns. You know, than just shooting. You know, it's like it's gonna be like it's like too repetitive. The same thing over and over again. You easily can get red. So you're telegraphing the same thing over and over, and then that's what happened. You know, Blades know that, oh, he's gonna shoot for me again. All right, next time he shoot, I'm gonna stuff him. You know, I'm gonna put my stomach against his head, stuff him, and just hammer fist. So yeah, that's pretty much it. His opponent here, Alexander Romanov, kind of similar, but he will more look for sweeps and throws, but he will push a wrestling base. But he gasses out bad though, man. This guy is like mostly a first round finisher, and I mean, as you can see, but he will go longer rounds, but then after second, third round, he doesn't want to shoot no more, and then he starts to strike. But his striking is, I mean, it's there, but it's not as powerful and aggressive like Almeida. I think Almeida is more of a heavy hitter here. Like I said, with Romanov, his cardio, man, is he just gasses out bad, and you know, this is a guy here who will look for submissions too. But I just feel with Almeida, Almeida is just very explosive, athletic. You know, Romanov will will pick you up and throw you and all these things, but he's doing all those things in the first round, but then, all that he's doing, he's just gassing himself out. And then when he gets to the second, it's like he has no more energy left. He's just zapped, I'm liking Almeida here. I feel both these guys are kind of similar in a kind of sense, as far as the wrestling and the takedowns and the BJJ and the submission games. Both guys will push high submission. But I just feel Almeida is just maybe a little bit more, I want to say more in shape as far as cardio wise too. Even though Almeida will gas out too, but I just feel like Romanov just, once he gasses, he has nothing left. And he just doesn't do much. So I'm going to go with Almeida. I'm going to say Almeida by submission in the second round, 50-50 guys. Both big guys, man, you never know. Just like we saw with Blades and Almeida. You never know, man. Just take some hammer fists, touch to the jaw. A toe catches you in the jaw, and it's over. You know what I mean? So Almeida by submission, second round. Next fight here, guys. Or they switch up these fights. Hold on there. They change up the order of it. We got Roman Kamalov versus César Almeida. Roman here, I feel he's a very good striker, very technical, good counter striking. We look for takedowns, but he doesn't handle pressure too well. He can get taken down. Once you start applying that mad pressure on him and kind of get through his punches and kind of slip them, it doesn't do as well. And pin him against the cage, it doesn't do as well. His opponent here, César Almeida. Almeida is more of a kickboxing base here. Actually, he fought Alex Pereira 3 times and beat him 1 time. His takedown defense in this guy, though, is not bad, man. I mean, you'd be surprised. His takedown defense is actually pretty good. And he will look for takedowns, too. Mad forward pressure, though, man. This guy apply a lot of pressure on you. He look for takedowns, too. So, we saw with Roman Kamalov here in his last fight there against Fluffy Hernandez. The issue in that fight is that the pressure, from Hernandez. Roman is a better striker than Hernandez by miles, but he's not able to let off his hands and his combinations because distance and range. Once you close that distance on him and take away his movement and his kicking and his punches to set up from the outside, he won't be able to throw anything because the range has changed now. And then that's the issue. I feel like with his opponent here, César, is kind of similar, or unless Romanov catches him coming in. But again, he's closing the distance on him. So, more experienced guys, Roman, but again, Roman likes to strike though, and César is experienced in striking. And what I see from the ground, I feel César's ground game is better in my opinion from what I see. So I'm gonna go with César here, man. I'm gonna say César by decision, but it's not confident because I do feel like Roman is a good striker, but it's just the pressure, man, and the coming forward, doesn't handle it well. He tends to, like, I don't know, break and just be against the cage. And I can see, César put him against the cage, kind of similar to what Fluffy Hernandez did. Kind of touch him at punches, may even go for takedowns, but it's just the dirtiness from César is going to be more of a dog, So I'm going to go with César. I'm going to say César by decision, 50-50. Not confident. Next fight here, guys. We have Randy Rude Boy Brown versus Ailín Zaleski. Randy Brown here, man, it's a guy that has improved, man. I mean, this guy is getting better. It also depends on who he's fighting, though. But he has a 5-inch reach, which is massive. He's well-rounded skill, but he can get hurt, though. And he moves well, but like I said, he can get caught. And he can drop the ball, but it depends on who he's fighting. This is the next guy here. If you can close the distance in him and pressure, pretty similar to what Jack did. And Jack Maladano. And there's been since LeQ, you put that pressure on him, like Belal Muhammad, put that pressure on him, pressure, and slip the punches and avoid his his strike. So he wants to fight long because his reach, you know, 7 to 8 inch reach. So he want to touch you up from the outside, you touch and go. You know what I mean? So if he's able to, you know, keep the range, and you know, just like most fighters or martial artists with long range, obviously, if you got long range, you want to stand outside. But if you're able to can get past that consistently without getting knocked out, then most likely you can win the fight. You know, this guy's also from New York too. You know what I'm saying? Fighting out of New York, born in Massachusetts though, but has a Jamaican base though. I guess he wasn't born in Jamaica. I thought he was born in Jamaica. I don't know. I guess he's born in Massachusetts, I guess. I thought he was born in Jamaica, man. Alright, so I guess he wasn't. So, but I guess his background is Jamaican. So, let me see here. His opponent here is Zaleski. Zaleski is also a very well-rounded guy. Has a capoeira background. BJJ black belt also. Very dangerous guy, man. Very experienced. But I noticed that in his, you know, his newer fights now, he's a lot more hittable. You know, you can touch him up here and there. So, and he gets hurt on the foot. This one is a tough one here. Like I said, when you're dealing with Randy Brown, I mean, he could drop the ball. You know, he could be looking good, and then he dropped the ball. You know, but with Zaleski is more hittable now, and doesn't seem as the same like he used to be. But I feel like Brown is kind of on the up, in the up and coming now. Like he's, you know, sharpen up some things and add some new things to his game. But man, I could see Brown staying on the outside and touching him up, but I can also see Zaleski possibly going for takedowns and giving him a hard time. Maybe even look for submission. But I'm gonna go with Brown here, man. I feel Brown can, you know, can control this fight, keep the fight where he wants it to be, and put off a close decision. All right, so I'll go Brown by decision, 50-50. And I have to be 50-50 because, like I said, Brown, like I said, he has improved, you know, but and you know, like I said, a guy like Zaleski is a very good fighter, man. So, you know, if Zaleski come in here, land some leg kicks, hit him, catch him in the head with a kick, maybe an overhand punch, you know, takedowns, you just never know, you know. So, but Brown by decision, guys. Nico Price versus Alex Morono. Nico Price. Where's that fight at? Alright, Price here is like a dog, man. Brawling, you know, can get slapped with the punches, but you know, if he connects, he can knock you out. So he has power. We look for takedowns too. He will look to submit you. I don't think he has the best fight IQ, but he applies a lot of pressure on you, just coming forward. Came off of 2 major knee surgeries. But this guy's game, man, his raw game, you know, look to take your head off. Yeah, that's pretty much it. He has a puncher's chance for sure, a knockout chance. His opponent here, Alex, I would say Alex is more, he's more composed, he's more technical, he's more precise. But you know, with Morono and with Price, they're not durable. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Price can get knocked out and Morono can get knocked out. So they're not durable. So this puncher's chance in this fight here, which is a 50-50, you know, I can't be really sure on this fight, you know, on who I'm going to pick or the guy that I pick. So, I mean, technical, skill-wise, I would say is Alex, you know, guy that's going to come in there trying to just swing, just, you know, being more reckless and leaving himself out there is going to be Price. I'm going to go with Alex Morono here. Alex Morono is also a short notice. But like I said, man, Alex is, I don't feel like he's as durable. But I feel he's more durable than Price. But again, Price packed power. You know what I'm saying? And you always find some ways to catch you with a punch. Price with a kick or something like that, an up kick or Even with Brown, when he had Brown against the cage, and I believe he was on his back, and he just hammer fisted him and knocked off Brown. You know, he's very unorthodox. You know, Alex is very unorthodox too, coming from I believe Taekwondo background and BJJ black belt. I'm gonna go with Alex Morono, man, but by decision it's 50-50, and I'm not sure about this fight. Like I said, if Price come in here and throw a punch and catch Morono, he can get knocked out. So be careful with that one. Price does have a puncher's chance. All right. Next fighter, we got Kevin Holland versus Michael Oleksiejczuk. Holland here, striking base, BJJ black belts. The guy's a skill fighter. You know, he will also look for submissions and knockouts. But depending on who he's fighting, though, you know, he can have a hard time with them. If it's like Page or Jack, or Stephen Thompson, you know, it just depends on the guy's skill set. You know, is Michael on that level? Michael is skilled, but it's a fight where I feel that Holland may have a chance here. You know, because Michael, he's striking base, and he will play possum. You know, he will get hurt, and you know, when you think that, oh man, he's hurt, I'm gonna finish him, and then he comes back and win the fight. You know, but it's a fight where Michael is he can be kind of straightforward. You know, which plays into Holland's hands, because you know, he's not like a Page or Mike or Stephen Thompson that's, you know, blitzing in and giving you, you know, feints and setting you up from the outside with fakes, you know, and a lot of circular and lateral movements. You know, he's not really giving you that. You know what I mean? So he's kind of like a straightforward kind of guy here, which, you know, could be a fight that Holland could win. And like I said, he could win, because like I said, Holland is a guy that will drop the ball too, man. It just all depends, man. It all depends on what Holland show up. You know, if Michael apply that pressure, you know, Holland could break. You know, Holland could also take down Michael and submit him, because Michael is known to getting submitted. So I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Kevin Holland here. I'm gonna say Kevin Holland by submission second round, man. But I'm not confident in this one. Like I said, with Kevin Holland, man, he could drop the ball. But I feel there's a fight that Kevin should be able to can win based off the way how Michael fights. Kind of straightforward, you know. Nothing really like, you know, faking or any surprises, you know, that can give Kevin Holland a hard time, you know. So like any unorthodox movements, he's just gonna more throw the hands, but he's powerful though, and he will knock you out. He has the power, you know. But I'm going with Holland. Like I said, Holland by submission second round. I'm not confident. 50-50. Next fighter, we got Sean Strickland versus Paulo Acosta. Sean Strickland here, more the Philly shell kind of vibe. Hit you with the jab. Very defensive, the zone. Slip the punches. Pretty well-rounded guy. Has good cardio. A lot of pressure. When it depends on who he's fighting, he will walk you down. Depends on who he's fighting. Didn't do it against Dracos. You know, he didn't really walk down Dracos. Dracos was the one that's walking him down. But that's a close fight though. A guy like Israel, who look for openings and more technical guy, you know, he won't throw a bunch of punches. He'll just look for openings. You know, that's perfect guy to walk down. You know, Paulo Acosta he's well-rounded, but he will gas, especially when he start to mix up the takedowns with his striking. Then he gas out even more. Striking is not bad at all. A lot of head kicks. Boxing not bad. Actually showing better cardio, because he's not doing too much. He just, like, if he's striking, he's striking. You know what I'm saying? If you start to mix up a little bit more, then you start to guess. I don't know, man. I think the jab from Sean though is gonna give Costa problems. You know, again, when Costa fought Whitaker was touching him up. You know. And even with, you know, with Costa throwing leg kicks, Sean is good at checking those, you know. I just feel like Sean is just gonna just slip and just touch him up with a jab. It's a 3-round fight. So I'm liking Sean for this one, man. I must say Sean by it's a 3-round fight, right? No, it's a 5-round fight. Oh, it's a 5-round fight. Oh, I didn't know that. My bad here, guys. I made it a 5-round fight. It was a co-main event, so the co-main event is a 5-round fight. Okay, I guess. Okay, so the 5-round fight, which is gonna favor Sean even more because the cardio. Like I said, with Costa with gas, man. So okay, but I still like Sean for this one. I say Sean by decision, though. All right. You know that. It says it right here. 5-round fight. 5-5. All right. Main fight in the card here, we got Islam Makhachev versus Dustin Poirier. Islam Makhachev, man, is just pretty much good all around, man. High level wrestling, takedown, submission game, striking is just, this guy is pretty good, man. I don't really see no holes in him. You know, and he shows it against Alexander Volkanovski, Charles Oliveira, you know. Guy is pretty legit, man. You know, Dustin Poirier is very legit too, very experienced, good boxing, well-rounded, skilled guy. But the issue here with Dustin Poirier, you know, been in a lot of battles, you know, so he's not as durable, man. It's not as durable, and can get knocked out and can get submitted. You know, and that's the issue. If he was a little more durable, it's very possible. He's been submitted 3 times, been knocked out 3 times. So Islam can get knocked out. Been knocked out 1 time, and I can see in the fights where, you know, especially when he fought Volkanovski in the first fight, you know, it looked like he could have gotten knocked out in that fight. So he can get knocked out. I mean, it's a game. We know this is all a game, guys. You know, it's an illusion. So every man is beatable. Come on, you know, we all know this. You know, there's time, rules here, and regulation. You know, not because these guys, you know, the fighting cage, whatever. Oh man, the guys are invisible, or nothing. You know, you cannot. Yeah. Oh, they're indestructible. Yeah, you have it in your own mind. You know that I am indestructible. I cannot be destroyed. You know, it builds up your confidence. You know, because you always want to feel that way. You know, because that's the energy you're putting out. The energy you put out, the energy you get back. But this is just a game. So of course Islam, you know, if Dustin Poirier come in here and catches him with his punches, because Dustin Poirier is a good boxer, yeah, he could knock out Islam Makhachev for sure. You know, so but is that gonna happen? It could, but I'm gonna go with, you know, I'm gonna go and say Islam is gonna win, and I'm gonna say Islam by submission, guys. Just on a roll, man, and he proves it. You know, and Dustin has the holes, and has the holes. You know that Islam is gonna, you know, he's already been exposed, but he has whatever Islam is good at. You know, Dustin is good at it too, but I feel Islam is just a little more better, and Dustin will drop the ball on certain things, you know, when that time comes, or if that time comes under the pressure. So if Islam gets takedowns, takes downs, you know, Dustin is gonna be taken down, and then may give up a neck. Just, you know, it could be mounted. I just feel that Makhachev is just, you know, just more of an elite. So he shows it. So Islam by submission, 2nd round, guys. 60-40, 60% Islam, 40% Dustin. Quick look at the odds here, guys. Crazy odds. That's what his odds are saying. I know I can look at it on the topology too, because it has it there, but I just don't pay attention to that, man. When I'm breaking down the fights or doing any predictions, I focus on the skills of the guys. I watch fights. I don't look at no odds until afterwards. I don't, you know, I don't pay attention to none of that. I just see the skills, you know, and I look at the, you know, how they train and the interviews and all these things first, the mental state, you know, the body, the physique, look at their mannerisms and all these things. You know, I just don't look at the odds. Look at the odds afterwards, like what I'm doing right now. Let's see here. Matthews and Fiorot. Oh man, they got Fiorot underdog. Okay, so Matthews wants to 2. I don't really disagree with that, man. I feel Matthews should win this fight, but again, like what I told you, right? Fiorot is from New York, or is repping New York. So in that kind of case right there, man, you know, like, I mean, it happens, guys. And hometown favorite guys, man. You know, they may not give all of them the win if it goes to decision, but they will pick 1 or 2 out of there for like a robbery. So the reach of Rory, you know, is a long reach. What I said he had, freaking, is it an 8-inch reach? I think that's what I said, right? That's massive reach in him. Is it an 8-inch reach, right? Just checking my notes here, guys, real fast. Where's that? Yeah, he has an 8-inch reach, dude. But is that he uses it, but he fades. So I don't disagree with this one. They got that one right. Grant Dawson 520. It's kind of high, but really I don't disagree, man. I feel Grant Dawson is better on the stand-up, and I feel Grant Dawson is better on the ground, in my opinion. So I don't disagree, even though it's a high, but it's not a crazy odd. Almeida and Romanov, even fight. I don't disagree. Slightly edged to César Almeida. Hold on there. Oh, sorry, I was getting mixed up with Romanov and Almeida. Got a both name Almeida, man, so I was getting confused for a second. I'm like, wow, I'm getting confused. Okay, so César and Romanov. César and Roman. Damn, they got Roman, they got Romanov, they got Roman, they got Almeida. It's kind of confusing. Okay, so there's Roman Kabalov and César Almeida. Okay, so it's an even fight. I don't disagree. They got Roman as a kind of slight underdog here. I don't disagree, but it can go either way though, guys, because Roman Kabalov is very experienced. You know, but what I see from César, man, is all around game don't look bad. So, but be careful, because if Roman Kabalov catches him with a strike or a punch or, you know, a counter. But again, Almeida is a seasoned kickboxer. So I don't disagree. It's close fights, even. Morono and Price. Morono at 258. I disagree. And so this is why I'm going to tell you why I disagree, because Price is a wild, crazy dude, man. A wild, crazy dude. So he go in there with his face first. And you hit him and he's dazed and wobbly all over, and then he just like throws something and catches Alex. See it all the time, man. So, and Alex Morono, he is hittable, man. Sometimes he fades back with his chin up in the air. So I like Alex for the win, but 250 something, be careful with this one, man. This fight should be an even fight because of the fact that both guys are not durable. They're hittable. Careful with this one, man. This is one of those ones where it's a major upset. So be careful. I like Morono, but be careful. Alexander Romanov and Jailton Almeida. Jailton Almeida 300 and something. Honestly, I don't disagree. Just by watching fights, you know, of both guys. You know, I feel Jailton Almeida is just, he has enough cardio to win the fight, and he has enough striking, and he has enough his athleticism, you know, his explosiveness. And he can carry it. You know, a guy like Alexander Romanov can't carry it. He fades after first. Shows it every single fight. Well, he usually finishes his fights though, back in the other organizations. But in UFC, he's shown that he can go 3 rounds, but he doesn't look good. You know, so Zaleski Santos, Randy Brown 180. I don't really, slightly disagree a little bit. Like I said, with De Santos, that guy's a good fighter, man. And Brown can drop the ball. So I would say this fight should be a little more closer, man. You know, I would edge it to Brown because I have Brown winning too, but I bring it a little closer, man. Kevin Holland and Michael Olechek. No way, bro. I wouldn't put Kevin Holland at 300 or something, man. and the reasons for that, it's because Holland is he is good, but then sometimes he doesn't show, and sometimes he does things where it's kind of, you have to question it, like why he like why he did that, you know. So he's up and down, so he can't be no 300 or something. Because Michael Olczyk is not a bad fighter, and he has the power and the movement. Well, I wouldn't say has a movement, but he come forward. You know, it's not like a MVP or Stephen Thompson. Like I say, he's not gonna give Holland have Holland circling around and try to figure him out. Like, man, why you moving so much? You know, I cannot hit you. You know, a guy like Michael gonna come forward. You know what I mean? But again, it's like Kevin Holland, man. It's a risky one here. Right? The odds in here is off. Should be a little closer, edging to Holland, of course, but not at 200 or something. You know, Kevin Holland is not definitely going to win this fight. You know, Michael could win. Acosta and Sean Strickland, 200 and something. Strickland. I feel Strickland should win. You know, it's slightly, a little bit kind of high, but I feel the jab from Strickland, the movement, the shell defense could give Costa problems. Even though Sean Strickland is more forward, you know, but he does slip and move out of the way, right? Islam Makhachev 600 per year. Islam is kind of high though, but as I said, the guy is good all around, man. Don't really see no holes, you know. Other than, you know, I feel like he can get knocked out. There's a possibility, and that would be Dustin Poirier's chance to win. It would be by the boxing. But can he be able to touch him? You know, that's the thing. Islam close the distance, take him down. Will he have the chance to even do that? Because, you know, and that's the issue. You know, with a lot of his fights, that Islam fight, the guy's not able to touch him because he's already on you, taking you down. You know, put you in that Dagestanian handcuff. So Islam, man, yeah, he's pretty high, but I feel like he should win this fight unless Dustin catches him. Dustin got a puncher's chance in this fight. Where are the guys on this card here? Missing some guys, all right? Oh, that's all the fights. That's all 12 fights. Is it or is it not? Oh man, I think that's all of it right there, guys. Oh yeah, André Lima and Mitch Raposo. Lima 200 and something. I disagree with that, man. Even though Mitch is short notice, but Mitch is kind of experienced. And like I said, with Lima, what I saw from his last fight, I don't know, man. I'll be careful. I mean, he should win. I feel like he should. I'm not gonna say he should. He may win because, like I said, what I see from his last fight, if that guy didn't get disqualified, I feel that guy probably would have won. What's his name? Orgi, or whatever his name is. So, but yeah, be careful with this one. Like I said, Mitch with takedowns, Lima's getting taken down. You know, you just don't know. I feel Lima's too high here. Ailín Pérez and Justin Edwards. This fight here, I'll leave it even, man. And like I said, with Justin Edwards, she's athletic, she's explosive, you know, will push forward, can get takedowns. With Ailín Pérez, she will gas out, as well as Edwards will gas out too. And like I said, with women fights, you gotta be careful with it, man. So I'll be careful with this one. I'll say even. Bassil Hafez and Gal, they got Bassil 400 or something. Honestly, man, what I see Bassil, what he did with Jake, I mean, he looked good in that fight. Oh, not Jake, Jack. I mean, he Jake and Jack. He looked good against Jack, man. You know, he pretty much almost won the fight. You know, even I felt that with Jack though, Jack was hitting him a little bit more, doing more damage to him. Like, you know, in the 3 rounds of fight. But Gal is just not durable, dude. Doesn't compete enough. He's hittable, you know. Whatever Gal is good at, Bassil is good at it, which is the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and the submission game, takedowns. And yeah, I just feel that Bassil is just explosive, athletic. He hits hard, and Gal is hittable. And Gal would have to get a takedown, a submission, and I just feel Bassil is going to just defend that. So, in retrospective here, I feel like the odds is not bad. to be honest with you. But still be careful though. Not much crazy odds in this one. Odds don't look too bad. But like I said, nothing confident here. I mean, I'm going to say confident because it's just predictions, guys. You know, nothing definite. You play at your own risk, whatever you're doing, you know. Doing it for fun, that's great. Like a little, what they call it, like a little sport or game is excellent. You know, just don't put your mortgage or anything like, or any loans on it. You know what I'm saying? To all your, you know, your house, you know, your loans or anything on it, because nothing guaranteed, man. All right, I'm gonna put up the face-offs whenever I watch the face-offs. I don't believe it started yet, but I'll put it up in the Patreon account so you guys can sign up to that Patreon. Hit the thumbs up button here, guys, so the videos get out. Subscribe. All right, one love out to everybody. Os.